Tomorrow at 5 and 5:30.
And welcome to the Sports Show. Mike, Max, Patrick, Royce, Lou Nanny back from Hong Kong and other places, and Sid Hartman, a man that's never been to Hong Kong.
I got to ask you a question, Louis. How's the hockey coverage in the Far East?
Well, fortunately, we had cable, and so
you had the NHL
I got
network?
ESPN. No, but I got ESPN.
Did you get over there?
Yeah, I was able to get the
Well, when you
scores.
last left us, the Wild were in the thick of the playoff race.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Well,
were
actually,
you able to follow it closely?
Yeah, well, I was gone for the last game.
That was it?
Yeah.
Okay, but you had an inkling.
Well, no, they should have. They could have won that last game the way they came back after playing such a terrible first two periods, but unfortunately they didn't count that goal.
And now we move onward to a new hockey coach for the Minnesota Wild, Bruce Boudreau. Your thoughts? Usually we open with Sid, but I think it's appropriate this time we may be able to defer to Louis first.
Well, I think that they wanted to get an experienced guy. They've got a guy that's been extremely successful if you look at his overall career and his one-loss record. He's won 8 titles out of 9 years. And he's a type of guy I think that they were really looking for in the fact that he himself is not afraid to take everybody on. He'll be strong in the locker room. He's had a great deal of success. He's innovative, and not that you're going to see a lot of X's and O's from him, but he can see what's got to be done and work to get it done. I think that.
Why did he get fired?
Well, because he didn't win the Stanley Cup. Because he did win the division 8 out of 9 times.
Well, his record at Washington and Anaheim is outstanding.
Yeah.
I can't understand why they'd fire him.
Well, because it all comes down to after a while. Bob
Everybody's
Murray
got a
said,
shelf life, right?
Bob Murray said, he says, I'm not interested in regular season success only. I want playoff success. We didn't have it. And that's
Somebody told me he's a real hothead, Murray.
Hey, Bob could be.
That he's.
Could get hot, yeah.
So now he's going to give McLean the job, and hope that they get to a 7th game of the first round, I suppose.
Yeah.
It does drive me nuts that, okay, you take this team that started off terrible, you win the division, and
Anaheim you're talking about.
Yeah, and now you lose those first 2 at home to Nashville. That wasn't good. But you get to the 7th game, and Pekka Rinne makes 45 saves and beats you all by himself, and you get fired. You know, if the goalie has a bad night, you're still
And if he goes to the 2nd round, he's probably still coaching there, huh?
Yeah, well, and like Pat just said, though, Anaheim should have won that series, could have won that series. And you run into a hot goaltender, he beats you, and then you fire the coach. I thought that that surprised me because I thought that they'd keep him after that.
Sid?
Well, I think you made a good choice. The guy's got a great reputation, great record, but that doesn't mean they're going to win the Stanley Cup. They got to do something with that hockey team. I had a good interview with Parisi, and I don't think he's very happy here. I don't think he was a lot happier in New Jersey.
Well, I guarantee you he wasn't.
Huh?
I guarantee you he wasn't. He wasn't very happy.
Probably not happy with the results of this season.
And by the way, we're not saying because they're hiring Boudreau they're going to win the Stanley Cup. They still got to make the playoffs again next year. We're going to go through that again next year because if you look at what's happening to the teams that missed the playoffs this year, it's going to be really tough because Winnipeg just jumped up to get the number 2 person in the draft, who's going to be a terrific Finn. They've already got Kyle Connor. He turned pro. He got 37 goals this year with Michigan. And they had another draft pick that's they picked last year that's going to make the team. They're going to be better. Colorado's going to get a good draft pick now. They should be better. And then you got Arizona's got another good draft pick, and they got Strom coming from last year. Yeah, they do. Wild does. The Wild got Tuck.
Tuck's going to be
Tuck is coming. Gilmore's coming. Lucia's coming. Those kids got to make it. They got and Riley. You're going to expect he's going to really start to develop defensively. He'll be a good talent.
Here's my theory, though. Louis, they're not going to get any. We talk about, well, maybe they'll trade Pominville and stuff like that. They got to take a couple of those kids, younger guys, Niederreiter, somebody like that, and say, okay, we've seen all he's got, and you got to trade something of value.
Somebody good and young.
You got to trade something of value to get
Pominville and Manic, you're not going to get anything for.
Yeah. Now, hold on. Why would you want to trade Niederreiter?
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying you got to figure out.
You're going to have to figure out
who.
They have one guy to trade. In my mind, the one guy that they could trade.
Dumba. How about Zucker? He did nothing. I suppose you wouldn't get anything for
You're
him.
not going to get as much for Zucker. Okay. But hold on. I wouldn't give up on Zucker yet. Zucker's shown flashes. When guys have a down year, you can't just get rid of him and say, oh, that's the best he can be, because he was good before that. He could come back. And the reason why I'm saying you could trade Dumba is because you got such depth of defense, and Riley's the same type of defenseman, only I think Riley's better with the puck. Dumba's got the hardest shot going. Riley's got to be a little better defensively, which he will get better. And you got the Olofsson that they really love, and he's a good defenseman. You got Foligno, so you got depth of defense. You got to trade him for a forward.
Sid?
Louis knows more about hockey. I know nothing about hockey, and Ricey knows less. and the thing is,
that's because I didn't go to all those golf.
Yeah, you weren't at those. Where were you?
They got to do something about players.
Well, let me ask you this, Patrick, you start this.
The problem. I thought that coach did a very good job.
Torchetti? Yeah, you pretty much thought he'd be the head coach. The contract, it's substantial, compared to what they've paid around here. 4 years, $12 million.
Yeah, it's about time hockey coaches. It's about time they start paying hockey coaches.
You think that gives them more leverage?
Thibodeau got 8.
Oh yeah,
it's still chump change. Thibodeau
I got
8.
Now that's what's so funny, because now you got Boudreau's going to make almost $3 million, which I can't believe. I have a hard time with this.
Yeah.
But the basketball players always made that much. And when Herbie wanted to get back in coaching, Herbie Brooks came to me and said, you got to give me a job back in the league. I said, okay. So I said, stay out of it. I'll tell you where you're going and how much you're getting. And he said, you got to give me $700,000. I said, not a problem. So I was dealing with New York, and Sather was the general manager. And he says, I give him my big spiel why he's got to take Herbie and that. And he says, I'm not taking him. I said, yeah, you're going to take him. We got to settle on money. And he said, what do you want? And I said, I want $3 million. He said, $3 million? Are you nuts? I said, you got Stu Jackson making $5 million coaching the Knicks, and you're in the basement. I said, why wouldn't you give somebody $3 million? But that was for the whole package, right? The $3 million. That was. But that's how different it was. And we're going back 11 years ago.
Yeah. Talking about $3 million. I thought they paid those hockey coaches a lot more money than that.
No,
that's pretty
good.
The
first time that they got a big contract.
What was the most you ever played in North Star coach?
Mike Babcock.
Mike Babcock.
Yeah.
I think I want to say 130,000 maybe or something. I can't remember, but I sure did.
And they got to keep the camp money in the summer.
No, Babcock, when Babcock got it.
Well, Pat Riley did the same thing for the NBA. All of a sudden, Flip Saunders went to $5 million a year after Pat Riley set the bar in London.
You got one coach who got a job, got a lot of talent in the Wood Timberwolves, and you got one coach who's got to rebuild the team.
No, you're not in a rebuild with the Wild.
Well, if you're rebuilding the Wild, you're in trouble.
You're not rebuilding.
Timberwolves got a lot more rebuilding to do than the Wild.
Yeah, take a break, come back.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. RSM. This is the power of being understood. This is RSM. BMW of Minnetonka. Choose from 60 certified pre-owned BMWs at BMW of Minnetonka. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World. Go to BobbyandStevesAutoWorld.com for huge savings on everything from convenience store items to everything under the hood of your car. Stop by any Salvation Army family store to drop off your donations, and you'll be registered to win a $200 Visa gift card. That's any location in the Twin Cities, including the newest store now open on Suburban Avenue in St. Paul. The Salvation Army, doing the most good.
There are many places to go and food to try. CW23 is helping find the best one category at a time.
We've got the best burger competition going on right now, so log on to the CW23.com and vote.
CW23, helping you find the best places to go in the Twin Cities.
Not every college freshman is 18. Not every success story starts the same way. Not every university treats you like a number. Herzing University is like family with personal care for every student and a career path tailored to you. Like our dental programs, small class sizes and hands-on training with working professionals. Experience that will jumpstart your career when you graduate. Visit us at herzing.edu to get started. At Herzing, we change lives.
An odometer under 15,000 miles and an up to 5-year, 75,000-mile warranty makes it elite. The way it does this makes it a BMW. Introducing BMW Certified Pre-Owned Elite.
Choose from 60 certified pre-owned BMWs at BMW of Minnetonka.
Looking for a nice, big, juicy rack of ribs?
Fabulous chops, huge steaks, and the Buddy Bowl? Then J.D. Hoyt's is the place for you. Hoyt's opened in 1983, and Mike Andrews and his partner John White have kept this Minnesota tradition at the top of the food chain. Managing owner Pat Montague gives us a tour.
At J.D. Hoyt's, enjoy a relaxed atmosphere, great food, friendly service, private dining room, second-to-none happy hour, just blocks from the new ballpark.
Located at 394 in North Washington. Locally owned, nationally known. Hoyt's.
J.D. Hoyt's downtown Minneapolis, on your way to a ball game, a concert, or anything. J.D. Hoyt, say hi to Pat and the gang. He's recovered. His knee is working well again, and he's right there to serve.
He wasn't there when I was there the other day.
Yeah, once in a while, he had an artificial knee put in.
Oh, really?
Yep, yeah.
How many you got? How many artificial knees?
2.
2? Okay.
Big difference?
They work well.
They ever have to change one and put a new one in, or were they both
Not
work?
yet. That's
they both work.
Not yet.
Brain implant we've talked about with you forever. Not going to happen, it looks like now. Anyway, the Twins.
Twins?
Where do you want to start with the Minnesota Twins? Because I could not envision. And on top of it, Joe Mauer's had a pretty good year, and Parkus had a good year. I mean, if you said that in the offseason, that these two guys are going to get off to a good start and they're going to be the worst team in baseball, where do you start?
By the way, Park is okay. His knee injury wasn't serious. He's starting today. Here's my theory. They ain't going to win much until Mauer's contract's up. And by that time,
They're not winning much or being the worst team in Major League Baseball are two different things.
Yeah, a lot of their young players will develop. I can't see where they're going to improve the next year or two with the players they got.
Patrick, I've never seen so many roster moves in this
Mauer's contract has nothing to do with it.
No, it has nothing.
They had another $20 million to spend if they wanted to spend it. They didn't spend it. Terry Ryan spends that money like it's his.
So, but assess. I mean, all they're doing here is moving Rochester to Minnesota.
Yeah, but I think Mauer went to him and said, I can't keep sending these idiots out there. I got to get, you got to get me somebody like Mastriani, who, if he hits a double with 2 outs in the 9th inning, he's not going to get thrown out at third base. I think they wanted some guys who at least knew how to play the game, but it's not going to make much difference. But here's typical Twins. They get 2 in the first.
Last night.
Nolasco goes out there. They hit a ground ball to Escobar.
To end the inning.
And
he boots it.
And he kicks it, and then now you got to face Abreu. Now you got to face Abreu, and he hits a double.
Why didn't he make those plays last year?
I don't know, but there's times you can make an error, and there's times you can't make an error, and you can't kick that ground ball when you're going to end the inning, and everybody's going to go to the dugout and say, "Oh, good."
I think that last year, every foul ball was fair for their hitters. This year, they can't get a break, and they got
can't get a
They're
break.
playing lousy. Hey.
10-4, 7. I mean, these scores are not even close.
He talks about them spending money. They're spending more money. Their payroll's the same as been the last.
Yeah, but who did you want them to spend money on?
He spent the money
You
for
think
the
Zach
pitcher.
Greinke was going to come here instead of Arizona?
The payroll's the same.
Yeah, but who do you want him to spend money on? Who did you want him to get that would have made a difference?
Nolasco, Santana, Hughes are supposed to be your up front three. What
You know who scares me the most of that group is Hughes.
Right now?
Because they said, okay, he was out of shape last year.
Right, that was the reason they
So he
gave us.
lost
They said
20
he got in shape.
So he lost 20 pounds and
Yep.
he's still throwing 91. So it wasn't being out of shape, which means there's something else going on. So.
Jepson.
Even Jim Pola told me one day about a month ago, he said, I keep on reading how great these prospects are, and when they come up here, they don't do a thing. Tell me one prospect they've had in the last 3 years since the days of Mauer and
Sano gave him a big lift last year when he came up.
Okay, he's one. Who else?
He's leveled off.
Huh?
That's it.
Well, you're not going to give up on Buxton yet.
You don't give up on him, but
No.
you certainly wonder.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Louis.
Well, I just think that what Pat says is right. I don't think Mauer's contract's got anything to do with it at all. And he deserved the contract. He got it. And you got to, if you sign a contract like that for a team, you got to know that if there's other things you need, you got to go spend other money. That doesn't preclude you from doing what you got to do. It's just the fact that this team last year played very well. Everybody was extremely optimistic. And they added a couple more pieces like Park, and you think that they're going to go, and all of a sudden it goes backwards. And that's why every year, every sport, you play the game. You never know what's going to happen.
That's exactly why we love this stuff.
People are saying last year was a fluke, and I say 162 games, there's no such thing.
No.
Every season stands on its own, and this one is awful.
Louis, so if you're the general manager, if you're Terry Ryan and you're Paul Mauer, what kind of conversations are you having right now? Are you trying to decide who to trade, or are you trying to decide what?
Well, I would think that they're doing that among other things. You have to realize that you just don't stand pat and let it come at you. You got to try and do things. At least I would think you're going to try and do things.
Well, and they're proactive. I mean, they're moving pieces around, but it's still the same puzzle.
Yeah, but that's why you might have to make some moves. You might have to make some trades. You might have to change your philosophy on some of the things. You might have to change your outlook on some of the players and
you got
and bite the
nothing
bullet.
to trade. What they got to trade?
Plouffe. You get something for Plouffe.
They got
who they got to trade?
Plouffe.
Plouffe?
Plouffe. Yankees need a third baseman. Trade him to the Yankees.
How about John Ryan Murphy, though? All they asked him to do is be the backup catcher.
Oh, God. They were so worried that Suzuki was going to have a concussion that they would have to bring him right back. This little midget that they got catching for him looks like he should be playing for the Maysville Mudhens now.
That's who's
three center fielders. They got rid of all of them. All decent center fielders.
Yeah, and they should have never got rid of Greg Nettles either.
So what are they going to do?
I can't see where they can do much unless all of a sudden things start going right for them and they start winning some games.
Here's the good news, though, Maxie. They have enough employees to man the concession stands now. They don't have to worry.
Well, I was so worried about having to bring them in from Iowa and Wisconsin and all over.
I think with 17,
I think now we're okay.
I think with 18,000 people in the ballpark, they'll be able to handle it.
But, you know, and we've seen this the last few years with this team, but, you know, you do remember back to the Met Stadium days after it settled in, and, you know, with Clark Griffith always had that good lineup, people would say to him, oh, outdoor baseball, beautiful night, blah, blah, blah. And he said that's because you only went in June and July.
Well, ask him a
and that's what
question.
they're, hang on.
Well, what
Hang on. Wait till your turn, okay? We've had these conversations before. You have to wait till it's your turn. What's that going to look like at Target Field this summer?
Well, August is always a good month. That's when the rural types, although there's not as many rural types as there used to be. But, yeah, it's going to be, their season ticket base stayed the same, so they're going to draw two, but just barely.
Remember when Calvin used to just shut down that upper deck, you know, and one security guard would get the foul balls up there? Go ahead.
What are they going to get for Plouffe?
Well, they get somebody who can help them. A pitcher, maybe, relief pitcher. You're not going to turn around and get Clayton Kershaw. Is that what you think? Yeah, they don't have anybody you can trade for Clayton Kershaw. I'll agree with that.
But to Patrick's point, when you talk about the money that you can spend, it's a two-way street. Who wants to come here for the money that you're spending?
Well, I think the one problem they got, they won't pay draft choices.
What are you
Most
talking
of the
about?
draft
They have to do with
choices,
anything.
What do you
big money. Like Scott Boras has got an agent. If he's got a player, they won't even talk.
They
to him.
haven't lost any draft choices in a long time. They paid them.
Not the high ones.
Not the high ones is what I'm saying. They paid them.
They know what they're getting into when they draft those guys.
Literally, the amount is set anyway. You're almost locked in
Right.
to what it is anyway.
Yeah, they've really curbed that whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know where we go from here. Take a break, come back.
Hey guys. Hey Mom. Keep the change, Frank. Same time next week.
When it drives and looks like new, you'll want to treat it like new. Certified pre-owned by BMW.
Choose from 60 certified pre-owned BMWs at BMW of Minnetonka.
You're watching CW23.
Welcome back. Gopher Athletic Director, the committee now is going to start to meet with some of these candidates this week, I'm told. Some second interviews are coming. Beth Getz will get one for sure. I would guess Phil Eston will get one. Probably Pete Najarian.
I don't think they're going to hire a new director. I'm getting more convinced all the time that Beth Getz is going to get the job.
You wavered on that, though, and you really haven't backed it up with anything.
Everybody in the department wants her to get the job. And you tell me not.
Okay. Patrick?
Of course, you always
I didn't
got,
say a word.
You always got the
I didn't say a word.
Who's Phil
I talked to
Eston?
the football
Phil was
coach.
here. He used
He
to be
wants
here.
her to get
What's
the
he
job.
now? Where is
I
he?
talked to the
Assistant
basketball
athletic
coach.
director,
He
Penn
wants
State.
her to get the job.
And she's.
I don't think a Richard
Louis knows
Pitino
more about-
endorsement's going to do you a lot of good right now.
Louis knows more about it than I do. I don't know what's going on.
Louis, why is this? What do you think of this? You know, we got the search firm, this committee, the president. Obviously, he's covering his tracks because he screwed it up the last time. What do you think of the way that this thing is unfolded?
I like the fact that he had a subcommittee to start with.
Who's the subcommittee?
Well, the committee he put together.
You mean the 16 member?
The
or
16
we get
member,
confused because
yeah.
there's so many.
I would have thought that it was only going to be 12, but I like the fact that he had people from different constituencies to discuss the athletic director. I'm surprised that they are not going to meet any of the candidates. I thought they were.
They are.
No.
Some of them are.
Yeah, some of them are. Not all of them.
Some of them are meeting some of the candidates
Yes.
starting tomorrow.
That's right, but not all of them. That's what I'm surprised at.
Dave Mona was on a committee when he appointed a football coach. Not the football coach.
The athletic director.
Director. He told me the problem they had with almost everyone, he said, I'm not interested in the job.
Oh, no, you said there's a lot of people interested. Believe me, that doesn't fly.
Who are they?
I'm not going to tell you who they are. They called me in confidence. I'm not going to say their names here, but you're wrong on that deal.
One of the problems is they don't want their names to get out.
That's
if they don't
the
get
biggest
job.
problem.
Yeah.
And that's the
Yeah,
big
depending
problem.
on where you
have.
sit. Some of them, it's a good thing if their names get out
Yeah.
because it puts them in
Why
play.
do you think the Memphis coach just got fired in basketball?
Dave Yeager.
Yes, because every year he wanted to interview for another job, and then he'd go back to them. Well, you get enough of that. After a while, you say enough. You don't want to be here? Forget it. Leave.
I think Beth Getz is going to get the job for one reason. There's 7 Bernie Sanders voters on the committee.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
It's a packed house. It's
I
a
hear
packed
you.
house.
And that's, you think Garrett Kaler's
We need
job?
that horticulture professor
I
on
agree
the
with you.
committee, man. What a joke.
Eric Kaler's job in jeopardy on this thing because the way things have gone over there?
Well, I wouldn't say his job's in jeopardy, but obviously, no matter who you are, what position you are, you make key decisions, and they have to be right more often than they're not. Otherwise,
Where does the
you got a
Board of
problem.
Regents come into play on the athletic director?
There's one.
They're on the athletic director. They're going to have to just rubber
Stamp it?
stamp whoever the committee and finally Eric approves.
There's one guy interested in the job.
One.
Fraser from Northern Illinois.
There's more than one. He's one of the people interested in the
He's
job.
one. There's many interested, huh? Good.
Well, yeah, there's many interested. He's one of them.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's the front runner either.
Maybe you
What do
know
you think of
more.
that?
Maybe you know more than some people are on the inside. They are having trouble getting people interested in the job.
I got to ask you a question. The roast of Jerry Kill.
Yeah.
I bet you guys really roasted him. What a bunch of smoocher-uppers they had on that roasting committee.
If you'd have heard my jokes, you guys would still be laughing today.
Really?
If you'd have heard
Did you light
Jim
him up
Carter,
about being hypersensitive and stuff like that?
Well, I'll tell you the jokes I can't tell you. If you'd have seen Jim Carter's roast, which we could never play on TV,
okay,
there was nothing left after Jim was done.
Okay.
Yep, there was nothing left for anybody.
Jim didn't
he
make
got
the committee.
everybody.
Jim didn't make the committee, by the way.
And he looked out there and he said, "Good to see President Kaler, Beth Getz." Wait, they're not here. Take a break, come back.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Case Law. For all your legal needs, not your typical law firm. Griffin Bail Bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than to need us and not know us. And Edge Marketing and Promotional Products. From T-shirts to swag, featuring over 100,000 products. We can put your logo on anything.
If you guys could go on a free shopping spree anywhere, where would you go? I'd go to the grocery store. Pizza, ice cream. I'd go shop for clothes. You know where I go? I'd go to Ticket King. Ticket King! At Ticket King, you can buy great seats for the Vikings, the Wild, the Timberwolves, and of course the Twins. We love the Twins. Yep, this is where I go. Vikings, Twins, Wild, Timberwolves, Gophers, theater, and concerts too. For details, go to ticketkingonline.com. Any ticket, anytime, anywhere. It's the real thing. It's Ticket King. Right, Dad?
Couldn't have said it any better myself.
That's for sure.
Take every step without hesitation. Anticipate your next move with certainty. Because our trusted advisors help you prepare for challenges specific to your business. Our focus is always on you, so your focus is always forward. Experience the power of being understood. RSM, Audit, Tax, and Consulting for the Middle Market.
You're watching CW23.
Welcome back. Let's go right down to Sid on Sid as we're short on time. Sid, look into that camera and give us a final thought, something we can take with us the rest of the week.
I still think Beth Getz is a leading candidate.
No, give us something new.
Contrary to what you say, they haven't had a lot of people interview because they refused to interview. And I know 2 or 3 top guys who've been called and they would not.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. RSM. This is the power of being understood. This is RSM. BMW of Minnetonka. Choose from 60 certified pre-owned BMWs at BMW of Minnetonka. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World. Go to BobbyandSteve'sAutoWorld.com for huge savings on everything from convenience store items to everything under the hood of your car.
Began a slow decline, culminating in the defeat of the Empire.
Not at all, because I thought I was taking it too
Menthol makes it easier for kids to start smoking and harder to quit. Almost half of Minnesota teen smokers smoke menthol. Learn more.